1, 2, 2. Sam Darnold. Shadow, is this okay? Am I going to pop my peas? I guess not. Peter Piper. Maybe. Ten seconds it is, Regis. It must be draft day because we started the show with you saying we're going to serenade people with AC/DC's Highway to Hell in the background. So
I don't know if that's a good serenation of draft day.
That's again.
It's a stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
We should have played Stairway to Heaven.
See, Ray, man, you're always thinking. And you came up with I'm going to use that Serenation. Can I use that?
Serenation, yeah, that's new. That's new. You can borrow that.
I'll use it. Whatever.
Put it in the Ray Crockett dictionary.
Yeah. Hey, what? Hey, I'm just here to do a little serenation with you.
Serenation, baby.
Yeah, we are live at Sports Authority Field at Mile High.
Making up new words.
This is kind of like the calm before the storm, because the draft begins obviously in 3 hours from now at 6. The doors open, Ray, at 5. So there's some VIPs coming, and then everybody that's here for the draft party will be here. Oh, I guess between 5:30, pushing 6 o'clock when things get going.
Setup looks nice.
Yeah,
they are really.
Yep.
And I heard they're doing it a little bigger than last year. We'll have some cuts back to Dallas to the War Room, and it'll be a lot of interesting stuff going on, and really we're hoping that we're around here a little longer than anticipated.
Well, that's what you want.
I'm hoping, yes. I really do. I really want that.
But yeah, we'll be able to. We'll have access down to Dallas. Steve Atwater's down there already.
Yes.
And also, obviously, the Broncos are there with everybody from their digital media, like Phil Milani, and UCL Training Center. BK is there. Andrew Mason's there. It'll be Dave Logan and Rick Lewis beginning at 6 o'clock. So we'll simulcast with KOA beginning at 6. So
that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's when the draft starts.
So you get two versions, two visions.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, rolling at the same time.
But this is the day that we've been waiting for since what?
It's about time.
Right?
I'm like, man, I didn't think it was going to ever get here. And some things have already happened that's going to shake the draft up other than the draft picks and the trades and things of that nature. Josh Allen is on the hot seat right now. So this is draft. This is, you know what? If it wasn't something like that going on, I wouldn't consider this draft day. Because for whatever reason, Mark, and you'll find this out because you've been in baseball for the last couple of decades. A decade.
Yeah.
But so on draft day, it never fails that something like this comes up. And I began to think that it's a ploy. That this is some dirt that whatever team that's going to pick at Josh Allen already knew. They put it out there. So that the other teams possibly won't take a flyer on it, or possibly have some negativity to talk about.
It affects their opinion on it.
It affects their opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly. But whoever is going to take him, a ploy, yeah. You don't think so?
Like a little underground?
Like a little underground dirt.
It,
kind of like what you do, a little dry snitching.
I thought about that today when I saw that came out.
And then
it also made me think of the recent presidential election when, there's always something that's going to come out.
And that's kind of what the draft is similar to.
You have to sling
a little. Well, you have to sling a little bit of mud. If it's there.
Yeah.
The difference between the presidential elections is a lot of that stuff is made up. A lot of that stuff doesn't exist. They make you find out if it's made up or not. Well, in the draft, it has to be truth. You can't put something out there that's not true.
Well, these tweets were from.
And here's the thing. Let's
some years ago.
Let's revisit.
All right.
Let's really.
If you don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Let's set it up and
because
then let's revisit it from our mindset and from our frame of mind.
Because Ray, I woke up today and I kind of saw it because I look at Twitter. And
you checked your Twitter.
Yeah, which this is a whole interesting thing too, because I remember when Twitter was first really kicking in, a lot of people said this is how I'm going to get my news, because it's so immediate.
Right.
And okay, that's handy. Now obviously Twitter is kind of morphed into a whole bunch of other things too. But
junk.
Yeah. Okay.
Trash.
That's the words.
You can. Would you like those words?
Yeah, you can even add more if you want. But yeah.
I got a couple of more.
Yeah, it's useless.
We'll hold them. For the most part.
Yeah. We're doing a live show. So I get up and I'm like, Josh Allen, really, and I kind of see the tweets, and then I see the Stephen A. Smith that he made an apology like in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he spoke to Stephen A. He actually interviewed with Stephen A. Of course, that's a good guy to interview with because you have first take, and that's huge. So if there's something that you want to get out quickly and clear up fast during the week, Stephen A. is the guy.
Yeah.
First take is the guy. That's the news to roll through.
So Gil, I want your opinion first. And if you haven't heard, the tweets came out. He was in high school. I don't know whether he was with teammates or with his boys.
Right.
He used the N-word.
Right.
There's some, racial
and
overtones
he used the
to
phrase, "If it's not white, it ain't right."
Yeah.
And of course, we all know what that means. It's self-explanatory. If it's not white, it ain't right. And then he used the N-word. So
I don't know the context of it.
And that's my thing. Okay, yeah, he used the N-word, but what was the whole, like, you need to give me more. Like, that's what I watched Stephen A. and I wanted to see what the whole context was. Like, did he say, like, a bad word, those N's? Or did he say,
can read you the tweet.
Read the tweet. Give it to us.
So it says, he used the N-word a bunch. In that way, the dumb white teens often use the N-word. Stay scheming. N's trying to get at me, dough. He wrote in one tweet. Another one said, about to show up these N's at Pong. Gonna do it for at his buddies. One tweet that didn't include the N-word was the one that said, why are you so white? It ain't white. It ain't right. If it ain't white.
And here's the thing. I tell the guys that I train and the guys that I mentor.
This is good, Ray, because
I tell them this. Yes, I tell them this. And I just had a big camp that I had to speak to about 200 athletes. And I told